Hey guys, today I'm going to explain to you and show you how to build a fake WhatsApp or messaging service. So to get started, you just should create a new Android project. I'm going to call this WhatsApp because that's what all parents seem to call WhatsApp these days. There we go. Set it to whatever you want to call it, just save it in your location, and then 4.1 should be okay. I'm not planning to build it for the whole world, but anyway. Just choose an empty activity and click next. The first video I'm just going to build the login screen. Then the later ones I'll add all the chat functionality and all of that. So here's the login screen, just build it up. Okay, while this is building, for this to work, you need to go to Firebase and create a new project. You can just sign up with your Google account. It should work. So just click create a new project. I'm going to call this WhatsApp. I'm in South Africa, by the way, so no one knew that. Yeah, South Africa. Create project. And there's just a few things we need to set up inside Firebase for our app to use it. Okay, so first I'm going to go to the auth over here. This just says which type of authentication you want for your app or website or iOS app. I'm just going to use email and password for now. I might add these up on a different video if anyone wants or asks. So then you can see here, this is where we can see our users. There are none at the moment because we haven't done anything. This here is the real-time database. There should be nothing in there as well. If it loads. Here's the image or media storage, which we might be using. I'll see later on. But anyway, just go back to the home by clicking the location, the link there. So we want to add a Firebase app. Let's just start up here, and we need our package name. Let's go back here, and then just paste your package name in. You don't need a fingerprint now. It's later. It's more if you want to put your app in the App Store. So you can see it's downloaded the file for us. We can just continue, and we need to add this inside our project level Gradle file, which I'll go do now. That's the project. Just add it in over here, and then add this plugin to the app level Gradle file. I'm going to add a few more things in. I'll explain them to you. So here, this design, it's more the material design of Android. The card view as well. It's just an easier way to get those cards in Android. If you've ever seen them before, you can swipe them away and do all sorts of cool things with them. There are cyclic views it works well with the card view. This butter knife is a really cool way of adding any of your views to your Java files. I'll explain that later when I get there. Volley is what I'm going to use to talk to the PHP script, because the real-time database, it's very difficult to query it, so we're going to need a PHP script and a SQL database. This also is so I can talk to the authentication. This is the real-time database. This is the media, and this is Google Cloud Messaging, which will add all this. I'll add all the functionality for this later. And this is just a nice image library. It makes it easy to load, and it works well with Firebase. And then don't forget to add this, and then just sync your video. while we're waiting for that, we can go into the downloads. So show everyone, got the Google thing there. Now I'll go back into my, this is the location of my Android my Android project I've just built, and inside the app folder over here, paste that Google Services file that you just downloaded, and then you'll get an error because I pasted it after I click sync. You'll get an error, so just rerun it or rebuild it. I'm just going to clean it, and it'll all work properly. Once we've got that up and running, let's close downloads. There we go. Don't need that anymore. Once we've done that, then we just need to do a few more things in here. I'm just going to wait for that to finish compiling. I'm going to add a utilities package here. Let me just see if it's completed, and built successfully. So you can close those two. Then inside here, I'm just going to add new package. It's called utils, capital, that. And inside here, I'm going to add a Java class called constants. Inside here, I'm just going to add a few constants later on, and make another class called myLogin. This is not necessary, but I think it's good programming. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to build the actual login. I'm going to change this to preview of Android API 23, just because it works better on my computer. Might work better on yours if you use 24. I change that to 23. So this is where you'll see the material being used. It makes it look quite nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this away. We don't need that. Leave that as a relative layout. Make this linear. I can push buttons properly. Linear layout. Let's make the parent and wrap the content. And we're going to need the orientation to be vertical. Orientation, there we go. So once you've got that, let's add some gravity in here and center it. Gravity center, layout, center, vertical, true. It's just going to center everything vertically. And then I'm just going to add the email and password text fields inside here. This is what they look like. This is part of the Android the material design. It adds this nice feature, so when you focus on the edit text or the text inputs, the little hint that you have goes to the top and becomes a heading. You'll see it when I show you it when we demo it. And last but not least, let's just add some buttons in. And you can see here these buttons, the text colors and the backgrounds don't exist. So let's add them quick. Button inverse text. Add that one, and a button login background. So those two are added. I'm just trying to find a mouse. Then once we've got those two, I'll just need to open up. So here is the background. I'll explain it to you. This just sets it for while the button has not been pressed, it's a rectangle shape with the corners that are 5 pixels, density pixels actually. The corners are 5 density pixels with a layer of circle. Then it's a solid shape with the primary color, which is set by default when you make the project, as you can see here. And I just want to make 2 more colors. So I quite like the way of doing the colors like this. It just makes the code a lot cleaner. So that's white, so we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the colors are added, and you can see they've been fixed, the errors here. And then this one is exactly the same as above, except this is what the button looks like when you've pushed it. And it's going to be the same, except it's going to be white, same radius and everything. So we've added that. And now the button colors, with the text color of the button, is nearly the same as the background of the button. It just, when the button is pressed, it sets the text color to primary, and otherwise it sets it to white, which will be quite nice because I'll show you now what it looks like. I must take these out because they don't exist. And there you can see this is what the buttons look like. And when you press it, yeah, it inverts all the colors. Okay, so that's really nearly 12 minutes of me just chatting and not showing you much. The next video we'll add the functionality for Firebase to log in and move to the next screen. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.